late night COD. Gonna go with solos. All the guns are the same, except for I'm gonna be using this because this is my favourite class so far. I'm gonna get my phone, share some shit, share streams. I'm probably not gonna be on for long. I've got a fucking headache. Been playing all day. I'm just gonna have a look at my settings quick. Madza Hub, I'll spit bars. Let me turn my TV is turned off. Spit bars, right. Just shush. You don't really want to be around when it gets to the push. You're gonna get smoked. Not talking about a pound of kush. 10% wuss, 90% puss. I ain't here to call you names. It's gonna get worse. Fuck with the devil with sin flows. You don't really want to go 10 toes. You look up to me at 2 feet. I ain't never gonna give it air. Bent nose, I breathe in the beat. Turns the window. I break records in 8 seconds with my methods. When they breathe in the beat, you need Mentos. Somebody help him. His buddy's white, not homo. Fuck Jet, put my dick aside. Bigger on Apple Music, bigger on my Spotify. You know I'm gonna win. If you after the people to pick a side, it's gonna be funny. You can even ask the other guy. Just You could try killing me on the track, I don't die. I tried suicide 9 times and I survived. Everybody around you was left, that means nobody until now has put you in the spotlight. You were never gonna take my spotlight. You got less flight than a fucking drop kite, Jack. You could probably feel my pen bite. You probably killed others, but now you're a dead knight. You're as dead as night. I'm about to energize this enterprise. And gorilla tape on cable ties, some rope, got a rake, say goodbyes. Black bad on the head, on the knees, and a minute down. This fucking rapper dies. Hit him in the chest a couple times. If I look close, I can see the blood in his eyes. I'm fucking with an amateur, a virgin, when I lyrically damage his curtains. Nobody around me, no MC, I hurt him. Let me tell you about the devil who's flirting. He could probably cut you up like a surgeon. So when you try to beef, better be certain. So when the next time you try to text me, boy, you better hope it's urgent. Because I'm in the middle of my grind. When I finish you get left behind in this competition. You know what's mine, and you know my name. You know it's time. You could get an L. I can help you put it on a sign. Put it in the back of a truck. Then you, oh fuck. Ugh. Mate, I need another drink, but other than that, that's what I got. Wait for some people to join. We'll look at the settings.
Warzone may only have been here a short time, but there are already numerous ways to gain the edge in battle, and hopefully bring home more Warzone victories. And as this game involves cross-play, it's important to gain any and every edge in battle we can, especially if you're a dirty casual like me, but you still want to be competitive. These tips are designed for controller players and those playing on console, but unsurprisingly, all this works on PC too. So if you're ready, here's 15 secrets and settings to gain the edge in Call of Duty Warzone. Let's start with controller tips and tricks. As a default setting, we must hold down square on PS4 and X on Xbox to pick up any weapon. This is not good enough. This slows us down and can make the first weapon you find impossible to pick up in time. By the time you've held the button down long enough, your momentum has gone too. You become a sitting duck. Therefore, the first setting you should change in your menu right away is this. Go down to weapons and change use/reload behavior to contextual tap. This will make things like opening crates and picking up weapons and replacing weapons all a single button press. You will now loot quicker and be on the move more often. Oh, and this carries over to vehicles too. Get in them instantly. It's imperative when you're escaping the gas or another team's ambush. So again, the additional time it takes to press that down can be streamlined in your settings. So jump back into controller settings and down to movement automatic sprint. Here we have 3 options. It's disabled by default. There's auto sprint, and the one I suggest is auto tactical sprint. Although the difference between tactical sprint and standard sprint is negligible at this early point. But definitely, auto run is a godsend, so please use it. Our next setting is film grain. Film grain is here to make the game look more cinematic, as if it was filmed on exactly that, real film or a cinema. This adds a filter over the image. It's automatically set quite low and does a great job of hiding the lack of textures in some areas when you're moving around the map. So by turning this off, your game will look a little less atmospheric, and you'll notice things like anti-aliasing a little bit more, of hiding the lack of textures in some areas on exactly that, real film or a cinema. This adds a filter over the image. It's automatically set quite low and does a great job of hiding the lack of textures in some areas when you're moving around the map. So by turning this off, your game will look a little less atmospheric and you'll notice things like anti-aliasing a little bit more, but what you lose in visual film-like aesthetic, you will make up in visibility. Buildings are easier to maneuver around, and spotting enemies at all distances is another step easier. The film grain is just like film grain, motion blur is here to make things look more cinematic, more movie-like, and to hide a few unsightly issues. Here's my advice. Jump into your settings, and under General and Accessibility is World Motion Blur and Weapon Motion Blur. Your game is most definitely going to look worse, but here's a thing to remember. Have you ever watched a professional PC player? More often than not, the game actually looks better on console. But why is that? Well, it's pretty simple. The pro always turns off everything which doesn't benefit them or distracts them. They turn off shadows, they turn off high quality lighting, they turn off motion blur. They want the bare bones of the game with no post-production or visual effects that don't help them. So let us take a page out of their book and turn off our motion blur. The game will actually run a little smoother on console now, and when quickly turning and aiming, your target acquisition will be improved greatly. Okay, so that was a little technical. Let's find another way to get an advantage. Here's a great simple one. We can change our HUD options. As a default, we have a circular minimap. This is integral to knowing the enemy locations. Well, in general settings, this can be switched to a square shape instead, and it so happens to be far bigger. And right now, bigger is better, especially for this. Bigger surface area, more information on screen. Therefore, the trade-off is you will lose a little bit of your peripheral vision, but it's definitely worth it. So switch to square when you get the chance. Also, here's one which doesn't suit everyone. The minimap can be locked in place. It won't rotate around. If you're a player or in a team who uses north, south, east, west calls, this screen when locked in place is perfect, making north always up on the screen, east always right, south down, and west left. Like I said, it's not for everyone, but if you use those callouts, this is a good change. Our next setting is actually 3 steps, and it's all about the crouch button. When you first play the game, this movement is set to be held, meaning we have to keep our thumb down for longer. We've already established why we don't like to hold buttons down. It's too time consuming, and this will get you killed in the battlefield. So under controller settings, go down to movement and select slide behavior. Change this to tap. Now you become John Wick. 1 button, epic slides. Let's go further into this. Do you use a standard controller? If so, a change I recommend will improve your aim drastically. In controller button layout presets, change default to tactical. Let's go further into this. Do you use a standard controller? If so, select slide behavior. List why we don't like to hold buttons down. It's too time consuming, and this will get you killed in the battlefield. So under controller settings, go down to movement and select slide behavior. Change this to tap. Now you become John Wick. 1 button, epic slides. Let's go further into this. Do you use a standard controller? If so, a change I recommend will improve your aim drastically. In controller button layout presets, change default to tactical. The change is tiny, so here's the theory. Your crouch button is now located on your right thumbstick, meaning every time you use crouch or slide, your thumb will remain on the stick. This means you can aim whilst crouching and sliding. Corner slides become instinctive, and sliding in general becomes a huge part of the way you maneuver around the map. On a negative side, your melee button is now located on circle, or V on an Xbox, I think. You may now lose punch fights, but let's be honest, what do you use more, crouch or melee? I'm gonna get you use crouch. By the way, PlayStation gamers, I'm currently reviewing the PS4 back buttons, which are a super cheap alternative to a full-blown SCUF controller. So far, it's quite an impressive piece of kit, allowing 2 paddles to be set underneath. In Call of Duty games, SCUF and other paddle-based systems have a huge advantage over us as they can jump and shoot in the same motion. But a normal human being will struggle to do this with a standard controller, unless you play Claw, of course, but I won't go into why you shouldn't play Claw. So now we can change this to mimic the sliding function we had earlier. The paddles underneath can now be used for any button at all, whichever you want, which means your fingers underneath the controller are doing the work, and not your thumbs coming off the thumbsticks. So yeah, these things are possible, so please keep an eye on the channel. The buttons and off the triggers. So on a PS4 that's R2 to R1, L2 to L1. It's hidden in plain sight, simply press square on any layout you want. So by switching these, it's so difficult to switch back to other games. So remember, you can change this setting permanently on your console's base settings. Look for accessibility, and in there you'll be able to switch any button around you like. There's actually a version of this control you it will take even longer to learn on the thumbstick. This means with practice, you'll get the advantage of instant fire, the advantage of jumping without taking your thumb off the sticks, and the advantage of slide shooting without moving your thumb also. This is God tier. Instant fire, the first jump is now resets. Mouthful. But once again, it will take even longer to learn. The thumbstick, speaking of, the vibration is on. During that buzz in your hands, you are impacted, making aiming computer to arm vibration syndrome. And you definitely don't want it, letting you see it for yourself. Just like in many games, auto move asks you to press in the direction you'd like to go twice in quick succession. Then the controller will take over, look at your eye, not for everyone. Call of Duty Warzone can be a very dark game, which is quite great at times. I've been playing around with the colour blindness modes and got to admit, to add extra vivid colours to the game, I recommend Ultranopia, or whatever the hell it's called. It's not just for people with colourblind deficiencies. Just look how much the world pops with this. Maybe I've been playing Fortnite for too long and prefer vibrant colour. Audio settings, you should use directional intel here. But here's what I figured out. And the boost high setting will give you a superior mix in general, as well as keeping those footsteps around 20%. Well, it's the footsteps, the vehicles, the effect volume is king here. And for those who are always interested in sensitivity of other players, let's break it down now. By default, our controller is set to 4:4. In the world of Call of Duty, this is the most used setting there is. That's why they call it default. But unlike many other games, Warzone has a crazy amount of differentiation. So, generalizing, 1 to 3 is classed as low sense, 4 to 6 is medium sense, and 7 and above is high sense, and there's even one called insane. I'd love to know if you can win a game with that. My personal setting is 5-5, slap in the middle of the sensitivity. Here's a note though, if I only played Warzone and nothing else, I'm sure my setting would be 7-7 or maybe higher by now, because muscle memory kicks in, and the finesse of your thumbs is increased the more you play a certain type of game. But I'm not a guy who can do that, so I'll stick right in the middle. Here's the pros and cons really quickly. Low sensitivity is all about bigger movements with your thumbs. It's primarily for heavy-handed people, or if you play in a very cold room, low sensitivity is for you. The benefits are accuracy at range. It's extremely easy to track anyone at range with a low sensitivity. But here's the negative point. You'll be very easy to hit when you're trying to maneuver around the level. Not your running speed, that will be the same, but when you move left and right and try to weave and duck, you won't do it at the same speed as a high sense player. On the flip side of that, let's look at those high sense players. These guys use tiny thumb movements to make huge changes on screen. On the plus side, they can dodge bullets, they can move that quickly snaking around. And up close and personal, they can hit so many shots. When it comes to distance though, people on high senses usually struggle to hit shots at distance. Which leads me to ADS sense. So this is your aiming down sights. Regardless of if you play low, medium or high sense, you can micromanage your sensitivity when aiming. For example, you'll regularly see a high sense player with an incredibly low ADS sense to combat their ranged issues, and they'll tend to hip fire when close up. So as a starting point, I recommend staying in medium sensitivity and looking to slowly progress to higher sensitivity. The pros definitely outweigh the cons, so adjust yourself over time if you can. Try and get that number a little bit higher. It's all personal preference.
Alright, I'm gonna go solos, so I haven't been talking. Yeah, solos. Alright, I'm gonna invite someone. I'm gonna invite a few more people. Yo, who's watching? Who's watching? Okay, let's wait for this. Shit, am I? Yeah, I went solos, yeah, obviously.
Warm up while you can. We deploy soon.
Let's get this guy. Maybe. Oh, this is shit, mate.
Training is over. Time to see what you have learned. Battle Royale. Gas is closing on your position. Suggest you get moving. Eliminate all targets in the AO.
It didn't change. Right. Right, square. That. No, I changed the screen sort of thing. Changed the thing. I can't fucking remember what his name is. Mate, I'm dead as fuck. I went there already, mate. I'm not doing too good. Oh, bastard.
This is the Gulag. Survive and you can redeploy. Here we go. You're up next. Get ready. fight and you return to the front line. But if you lose, you're done. It's time. Break something. Going back to the front line. You've earned it.
Oh, there's a guy there.
Gas is inbound.
I'm ready for him if he comes out. Got him. What the fuck? My bullets are hitting him. Oh my god. Let's go to another one. Let yourself be known. Yeah, I probably won't be on as much. Got a slight headache. I switched my thing around, so you know I'll have a couple games. Obviously.
Warm up while you can. We deploy soon.
Shot. What the hell?
is over. Time to see what you have learned. Battle Royale. Gas is closing on your position. Suggest you get moving.
I'm just gonna land whatever. I don't really care.
Primary objective is to eliminate all targets.
I thought it was gonna come down then. Fuck, someone there. Oh, he was there. I'm not concentrating, I'm too close to the TV. I had to go close to the TV because my controller ran out ages ago. A while ago anyway.
The fight begins. You can taunt the enemy while you're waiting. Words are effective, but rocks work better.
Spray them. How you doing, mate?
The fight begins.
It's a very cool wall you're doing there.
Get ready. Win here and you return to the front line. You lose, your fight is over. Beat them down or capture the objective.
Oh, cunt. Fucking reloads.
They hit us hard that time. We will settle the score.
Oh well. Third round. Oh, getting new sniper. Oh, cover up. I like that. I've picked it up. How would I go? What do you get at the end? Oh shit. Oh yeah, an emblem. 32.
time to warm up.
Oh, hello. Mad. Alright, we'll be landing military base.
Battle Royale. Be advised, gas is closing in. Proceed to the safe zone.
My head hurts. My nails are sharp as fuck. Ooh, rubbing on my skin.
Eliminate all targets in the AO.
Oh mate, I can't get up. I'm not too sure about the settings I've got, to be fair. I don't know what to feel. Oh mate. I don't know. It's handy if I get chased by a storm, but I don't know. Feels weird not pushing. So I put on tactical sprint.
Kills them.
Oh my god, he has such a good weapon. Way better than what I had. Oh, I couldn't do much about it, to be fair. Still configuring my settings still. Yeah, I'm not too big on these settings. Don't think. Fucking hell. He just spawned there. Where to now, boss? Mate, lag. Mate. Now I'm turning off, but I don't care if I die. Where is it? 2 meters forward. Automatic sprint. Disabled. Yeah, I like the settings more. I like the just tap once thingamajig. Cause it's faster. But I don't know, I'm just not too big on the just push forward to sprint. I feel like I've got more control with this settings. Around £1,000. Oh, that's bait to move that way. Some taps. 500. Fuck it, let's push him. Oh shit. I can wait all day, buddy. Oh, he's pushing. Oh, fuck's sake, I knew I shouldn't have.
We lost that one. We'll come back stronger next time.
Oh, mate, my momentum's gone. Last night I was fucking mental. What's going on? I'm not concentrating as much. With a sniper I would have had him. No, I would. See what I can get. I might go back to Black Ops 4. I'll try the blackout on there. I'm not sure.
Use this time to practice. We'll be deploying soon.
not too big on the LMG either. Oh, alright, yeah, this is alright. Oh my god. I'm in a lobby full of sweats. I know I am.
Warm-up is over. Stand by for deployment to the Warzone.
My head's banging. I might take a tablet soon.
Battle Royale. You've got gas closing in fast. Get to the safe zone.
Ah, fuck it, I'm going airport.
Drops on board! Last call!
Where's the hangars down there?
Eliminate all targets in the AO.
Is this real? Honestly, I'll never get these two hangars. Never get these hangars to myself. Just in case there's any helicopters.
Proceed to the marked location and secure the area.
Oh no, I can't be asked. Oh fuck it. Oh shit. Fuck me. Where the fuck is the buying station? Alright, fucking hell. Nah, I'm not giving it away. Not yet. Oh no, I need to go buying station, don't I? I want to get a loadout drop. The gas mask. And if I got enough money, or when I get enough money, I'm gonna buy a UAV after. Oh, when it drops, I'm gonna go down and grab it.
Enemy UAV overhead.
I know who's debating it.
Contract failed.
Oh, he's walked off. Fuck. Might try going up there.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Let's see if we can get to him. Right, way it takes so I'm going to go faster. Shit, there's a car. I'm praying no one shoots at me. Oh, there's one out there. Right. There's a player up there.
Friendly drop back on the way.
Fucking... Oh, what a cunt. Is my head sticking out in any way? Oh, cunt. Who's watched the stream?
Win this fight and you return to the front line. But if you lose, you're done.
Mate,
Earn your way out.
I won't stop fucking pounding.
Okay.
Mate, fuck's sake, it's pissing me off. Well, he's probably pissed off now. So I'm gonna take this shit and then
Losing ground.
oh mate, I need to run. Mate, I need some ammo. Alright, got him. Oh, UAV. That's what I want, that's what I want. Got a heartbeat sensor. Need to reload. And then grab his stuff. Quick scan. I'm gonna go up there and have a look. But I can't risk him coming back and then getting his stuff.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Oh yeah, like that.
Gas is closing. Get to the safe zone.
Come on, that was a fucking headshot. Oh, what a cunt. Oh. That guy's definitely got aim, but I need to make it to there. How the fuck do I do this? Alright, I'm gonna go up. Oh, I need to be up there.
Got gas moving in.
Right, I'll grab this. Oh shit. I need to go get my stuff. Alright, let's go up to here, grab his stuff. Even though I don't know what else I could be grabbing. Oh yeah, money, of course. C4. Ah, I've got maximum. Hopefully you can't see us. How the fuck? I'm doing solos, am I? Alright.
Enemy UAV overhead.
I'm driving.
Shit, that took my... Oh mate, this pissed me off. No, I'm literally fighting for armor plates right now. Oh, I can bite some if I can. But it looks like I cannot.
Gas is
Oh,
moving
bought a
in.
UAV
New safe
as
zone
well.
located.
I'm keeping an eye on that door.
We need radar. Deploy recon.
UAV entering the AO.
Alright. Oh! Thank God I got a self-revive.
Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel. RTB for resupply. You're losing ground.
Grab that. Oh mate. Alright, where's the closest?
Vendor here. Get your supplies.
Alright. Oh, this helicopter. I'm definitely not gonna win this. Oh, I'm gonna grab his stuff. Oh my god, I actually fucking give up. Alright, I'm going to bed. Fuck, this is actually pissing me off. Oh, you know. See you a bit.